Hello and welcome back to another Understand Your Buy video. In this video, we're looking at the notion of affordance. So what is it? Well, an affordance is essentially the purpose of something. It's the relationship between an object and the thing it does, or the thing that it allows you to do. For example, a door handle affords you the opportunity to open a door. Simple. But the real magic here comes from the fact that you know that a door handle is for pulling and a panel on a door is for pushing, although sometimes I get those wrong. I'm sure you do too. But the affordance is the door handle allows you to pull the door open, but it also makes it obvious how you need to interact with it and what you need to do. You're very unlikely to push a door handle or to try and pull a flat plate on a door. So an affordance is essentially a way of guiding people to understand how to interact with what you're doing. How does it work? Well, it works because we can communicate how something is to be used or interacted with simply by how it's designed. In the same way, icons can be used to eliminate language. So we have things like Wi-Fi and contactless payment, etc. There's no words there at all, but you know exactly what those symbols mean. And in the same way, we can use pictures to convey messaging and how things work. We can also communicate this through the sheer design of something, how you can actually use something. And we'll get into some examples in a second, but if you imagine you're filling out an online form and part of the form is grayed out, well, you know not to even to try to click on those boxes to enter the text, because grayed out boxes and text imply that you can't do anything with it. It's another example of affordance. So how can you use it? Well, here comes the technical bit. In 1991, William Gaver defined 3 types of affordances. There's perceptible, hidden, and false. Perceptual characteristics of an object indicate what it can do ultimately. So that's the door handle. Hidden, so things that don't have obvious affordances. So the example here is when you hover over a drop-down menu on a computer and the mouse thing changes, so you can see that's clickable, that's not clickable. And then a false affordance, so the example here is underlined text where you think it might be a hyperlink to a web page when actually it's not, but you're kind of expecting that to be. And certainly if I had a underlined bit of text that was in blue, you'd be astonished if that didn't actually click and link out to a website. And that's an example of a false affordance. Then, have you seen Comfortably Children? In 2001, human-computer interaction expert Rex Hartson defined 4 additional types. So physical, cognitive, sensory, and functional. For physical affordances, this is making things explicitly obvious. This is the realms of obvious sales message, having add to cart buttons, checkout, etc. Cognitive affordances, this is where you have little subtext and scripts next to things implying what happens. So click here to do this, or this will do that, etc. It's kind of telling you what's going to come forward. Sensory affordances, so you get a new message or a new direct message on LinkedIn, something like that, you get pinging. That's a feedback. Or sometimes when you post something on LinkedIn, you'll get a ping or a whoosh kind of sound as it posts for you. And finally, functional affordances, and this is in human and computer interaction. So that's where features help people achieve goals. So you've put something in your cart and then it actually appears in the shopping cart. You'd expect that to happen, of course, but it's another way of communicating to you that you have completed this action. You put it in the cart, now it's in the cart. The final one, and then class will be over for the day, is UI, user interface designer. We have pattern and negative affordances. So pattern, you can follow conventions to prompt users to take action. So the hamburger icon, so when you have those 3 horizontal lines, it's called a hamburger icon in the world of web designers. That indicates there's a menu and it's clickable. You might not realize it's called a hamburger icon, but you've definitely seen it before, and you definitely would try and click that to release the menu, to expand the menu. And finally, negative, and this is kind of what I was talking about a second ago, we have things grayed out. So you can't proceed until you've clicked the I agree to be contacted, I agree to GDPR, blah, 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 accept the Apple terms and conditions. Those grayed out things, that's a form of negative affordance where we're blocking activity in user interface design. Whew, lots to take on board there. So that's affordance, making it clear or obvious how something is used or how something is interacted with. This is all about communicating with people beyond words, beyond language. We're getting into the realms of behavioral communication and what we would expect to happen. So in the same way that you would expect a pull door handle to actually pull the door, not push it, it's that level of obviousness and that level of functionality. Well, that's it for another Understand Your Buyer video. And if you like this kind of stuff, then you'll definitely like the book, which you can buy at understandyourbuyer.com.